We're creative people first and then mechanical second. And so because of that, I think that, the embroidery, we look at it as being more of an art form than just being a way of stitching logos on stuff. We look at it as how can we make this creative, how can we make this different, as opposed to just grabbing somebody's logo and throwing it on hats. We outsourced printing and we outsourced embroidery for the longest time. We thought about getting into silkscreening, we thought about some different industries, but we wanted it to be home-based, and we figured that silkscreening wouldn't fit in our garage very well. We decided that embroidery would work because this is something we can do out of the house that complements what we're already doing. Our first project for Lompoc Fish and Dive Club, and they wanted 100 hats, and we said, wow, we're gonna profit 5% of what the machine cost is off our first order. It's time we just buy the machine. At the time, you guys were offering the 0% financing, and we were already interested in it. We just came to the determination that with the combination of the 0% financing and the technical support, that was basically an ease in making the decision. And that was our very first project, 100 hats, and we literally had like a week to get them out from the day the machine was delivered. And Martha cranked it and did it and got them out.
We bought 100 hats and 100 hats went out. It's a very easy machine to work with. There's not a lot of maintenance. All you have to do is clean it every 12 hats.
With projects that we're confident that the digitizing is really done well, yeah, we'll set it up, we'll load it, we'll walk away.
Or I'll go visit my mother-in-law and she's like, what are you doing? I'm working. You're here, and I'm like, I got the machine running.
Now that we've got the machine and we've made a focus of that, now it's probably getting up to 25 or 30% of our work is becoming embroidery. I see this having a high profit margin. For instance, if we can keep this machine running all day, it'll make more than I would make doing graphics. And I still think that people are drawn to craft and creativity. You look at the hats, like the foam trucker hats that are sublimated or whatnot, and then you look at an embroidered hat and you put them side by side. I want to say 90% of the people are going to reach for that embroidered hat. It looks like it's crafted, whereas the other one looks like somebody just
put a hot sticker on it,
right?
I could have still pushed silkscreen or in people's shirts, but I think embroidery looks more professional. So people get the sense of pride, look at my logo. So they feel a little special. They feel like you took time to take care of them.
Some of the stuff that she's been working on, I think, is really on that creative side. She basically reproduced the Aztec engravings and put those into embroidery.
I'm not creating anything, I'm just duplicating what's already been done hundreds of years ago. I'm just putting it on a garment and I'm just giving it color and texture and bringing it to life, I guess, on a clothing.
I think she's pushing the curve of what we're doing with one machine in this garage. I think she's really pushing that boundary, and I think that's what's going to separate her as an artist, is that she's doing it, and that's part of the reason I pushed her into this. When we got the machine, like literally people saw like us make a post on Instagram and they were coming to us. Like I said, our town gear, our Oxnard town gear and our Port Hueneme town gear does really, really well. People buy it because they want to represent the city or they want to represent, their neighborhood. Oxnard's 200,000 people. If I can sell 1% of Oxnard, that's 2,000 hats. And if you're making $15 on each hat, do the math. That's a very sustainable business. I want to see us get a two-head machine next.
On top of that.
Yeah, I want to see us get a two-head machine next. And of course, we'll keep this machine. Well, obviously, having two heads means you can produce more. So that makes a lot of sense to go to the two-head. Also, it'll fit in our garage. My goal in this business is to not only do our cities, but to start reaching other cities. Not Los Angeles, for instance. Los Angeles, there's a million Los Angeles hats. You go to a place like Lompoc, it's a small town like this. There isn't really a brand up there. There's nobody wearing Lompoc hats, but we can change that.